Yo, 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 what's up, guys? Mizzo Frizzo from Pitchfork Academy here, and welcome to our first ever live stream. That's to make an announcement, that's to share something with you, and as many of you have probably guessed by now, it is a new game. So we've got a trailer to show you. Now, I'm not going to say too much about the game before I show you the trailer. I'm just going to sort of let the trailer speak for itself, and then we can have a chat about the game afterwards. Alright, so here's the trailer, guys. There we have it. That's our new game, Skyblocker. You can wishlist it on Steam now, guys. But yeah, we're super excited to share this with you because this is the first time that people of the general public have seen or heard of this game at all. But as you can tell by the trailers, you can probably tell it's well on its way to being cooked. So it's out in just over 2 months. It's obviously a 3D puzzle game, and it does have a competitive aspect with online leaderboards, but it's also kind of got some cozy vibes going on, and you can, switch it into what we call Zen mode, where the UI elements are reduced. There's no scoring or anything like that, and you can just chill and build your little tower. So it's a physics-based 3D puzzle game. I can bring up the Steam page here for you all if you want to check it out. Yeah, as you can see, we've got a Steam page going. It's all up and running. A lot of work has gone into this. But yeah, sort of kind of lost for words, a little bit flustered by the whole streaming debacle. So if you guys, yeah, I appreciate all you guys are so supportive. I love it. And on that note, this game is kind of intended to be a way of supporting Pitchfork and helping us sort of move forward. If sales of this game are good, if you guys enjoy it and it does well, then it sort of allows us more to, work more full-time on tutorials and also our next game. So if you guys were ever thinking of, say, for example, making a donation to support the channel, buying this game is a great way to do that because it's just going to be 10 bucks. It's only going to be 10 bucks. There's no microtransactions or anything like that. We've put a lot of love and care into this game. It has some really cool aspects. It's quite replayable and quite fun. Yeah, if we sell a good number of copies, then I'm going to quit my day job and I'm just going to make tutorials for half the time, and I'm going to develop our next game the other half the time. So if you guys are interested, oh, I did answer you. Maybe the chat is a little bit delayed. So it's going to be $10, Big Mayonnaise. 10 bucks, just 10 bucks. But we've put months and hundreds of hours into this game. So we're only pricing it so low because we think, it's low but not too low. We think it's definitely worth 10 bucks, and we think you'll get. Dude, that's all we want for you. Oh, that's so nice. So if you guys are keen, I could fire up the game and we could show you what it's like to play the game. This is kind of the first level that you start off in, and I'm just going to be jamming here. I'm just going to start playing. You guys can sort of see what it's like, and I'll try to keep an eye on the chat at the same time, but I am really addicted to this game. I play our game a lot. We kind of don't have any testers because we don't really need it. We test it ourselves at great length. Um, but as you can see, like the UI is looking pretty clean, and we're pretty stoked with it. We're adding more and more stuff as it says here. It's still in development. You know, it still needs some things, but we've got some beats by Velocity himself. Both Velocity and Detri are planning to make some music for the game, some original music for the game. But yeah, as you can see, it's like it's coming along. High grav modes, low grav modes. That's interesting. Interesting idea. I didn't think about maybe having a like stability function where if you're gonna drop a block, because as you can see down the bottom left there, you've got 10 chances before it's game over. Why nickname is a Frizzo? That's just an old gamer handle, and I needed something for the channel, and I just didn't really think about it. I just made it that. It's because my name is Mitch Fraser, so it's Mizzo Frizzo, Mitch Fraser, Mizzo Frizzo. That's where it comes from. So where was I? Yeah, if you have more ideas, higher impulse on collision when blocks drop. Like an impulse in what direction? You mean an impulse down to like cause more physics mayhem? Keep the ideas coming, guys. If you have ideas, you never know. It could end up in the game for sure. Because at this point, we're kind of just, you know, looking to add value and polish a few things. So the indicator that shows where the block is going to go, that little ghost indicator, it's not finished yet. It's going to be sort of much more. Got a little UI element popping up there. Just added that yesterday. Pretty stoked with it. Yeah, so we want to make this sort of ghost indicator a bit more intuitive so that when you're playing, it's a bit easier to see where the block is going to end up, because as you can see at the moment, with a block like this, for example, on certain angles, it's kind of hard to tell what shape the block is. And you can also see it jittering up and down a little bit there. And that's because this game was born out of a game jam, and actually weekly game jams in April? Weekly? God damn, inside. Do you know that you would die at 35 years old if you did a game jam every week? Get high. That's the goal, is to get high. Oh, you mean the main goal of the game? Oh, I thought you may have meant the main goal for us at Pitchfork, to get some beats game music on. Yeah, nice. We still haven't decided exactly what sort of vibe we're going to go for with the music, but two of our team members do produce music. This music is Velocity's music, but he made it years ago in college, and he thinks he could do even better these days. So we're probably thinking, you know, kind of a lo-fi vibe. The sound effects definitely do need a bit more work as well. Kind of like a careful drop mode. I don't know what you mean by that. So the main goal will be, yeah, to build the tower as high as you can without failing and getting a high score. So as you can see by the different UI elements, there's quite a lot going on with the score. It's recording your average block placement time. There's a pretty complicated multiplier system, so it takes 7 blocks to get to times 7, 8 blocks to get to times 8, until you get to times 10, and then it starts going times 15, 20, 25, 30, and then 50 times is the highest multiplier. And the higher the multiplier, the less time you have to place a block before it sort of decreases. And you can see now that I'm on 8, you can see as I place each block, it will sort of fill up the 8. So that's giving you the indication of how close you are to getting the next multiplier. and it's that time is lower and lower the higher the multiplier is, so you kind of have to be consistent. And I'm not concentrating very hard here because I'm trying to chat with you guys as well, but you kind of have to be looking over to the right there, seeing what block is coming up next, and then like plan accordingly. Weather, that's interesting that you say that. Let's keep watching for a few minutes and see what the weather does, because yeah, this game has full dynamic weather, uses ultra dynamic sky and ultra dynamic weather, and the wind affects the blocks and everything. So adding lateral wind load turbulence to make it more difficult. Yeah, we've got that. So when the sorry guys, I've just been told that there's no music coming through, and that's because I didn't unmute the desktop audio. So you guys thought the game was silent the whole time. My bad. Once again, new to this whole streaming thing. I did some Twitch streaming back in the day, but really simple, just like live feed from my PlayStation. Now you've got audio. Now you can hear the music and sound effects. The sound effects will be like quite sort of overshadowed by the music. You won't be able to hear it very well, but there are sound effects in there. Hey, you're very welcome, man. It's really, really nice to hear that people have found use from the tutorials. I started doing it, like a year and a half ago, maybe, with some really basic stuff recorded on some really terrible software that comes pre-installed on Windows. And people said, you got a voice for this, you should keep going. And I did, and the amount of positive feedback has been absolutely overwhelming. It's like, I'm kind of beside myself that all of this has happened. And making a game as part of a team is kind of like the ultimate culmination of that. Super exciting. More wiggle when the pieces land, the higher the level. I want to get never when I put a piece down. I want to get never? Is that a typo? So you're not really seeing it yet, but the physics makes a huge difference at different, like once the tower gets high enough. Impulse thing, like it bounces more on the drop, maybe higher or less if it's aligned. Yeah, so what's happening here is I'm making it look easy because I've played a bunch of this game, but you kind of have to see once the tower gets a bit higher. And if I was really concentrating and trying to keep my multiplier up, I'd be placing blocks a lot faster and I'd start to make mistakes. So if you do want to get a high score, you do have to do that. And you'll see a big difference between the gameplay right now and when, you know, the pressure is really on. Hey, velocity's here. Yo! You kind of have to give the game a chance and get up to, like, what are we at now, 29 floors? You got to get like 50 floors or higher and start to see the wild shit that goes on because of the physics. So if you look closely right now, you can see the tower is kind of swaying side to side. It's going left and right, and that can really be quite dramatic the higher the tower gets. I've just built quite a stable tower, that's all. I've been doing well, had a lot of practice. Oh, yeah, you just reminded me about the block materials velocity. I totally forgot. So, while we're here just hanging out, guys, and checking out the game, we'll show you some of the block materials that Velocity has come up with. So these block materials will be unlockable, basically with achievements, and there's like 20 plus of them, but we've got a few to show you here, so I've just got them hotkeyed to switch. The next one will be like kind of a plasticky polymer one. So this is the base block material that you start with. It's kind of plastic, it's kind of scuffed up with imperfections and whatnot. And then One of our other personal favorites is this one, which Velocity has dubbed Polymer. And it's kind of like a harder plastic with fewer imperfections, and it's quite nice and playful, but not super wild, super interesting. We'll go to the next one. Now I can't remember what order these are in, so I'll just switch them and then we'll see what comes down. Carbon fiber. So Velocity's made this one just in the last few days. It's a carbon fiber material. Have a look and let me know what you think. Video quality is a bit poor though, it looks better in game. Yeah, we can only stream such at you know, whatever quality. I am trying to stream at 1440p, 60 FPS. Yeah, so it shouldn't look crazy bad, but yeah, it's not going to look as good, obviously, in a stream as it is in game. Yeah, the carbon fiber's nice. He loves an automotive material. Velocity. Carbon fiber. Let's have a look at the next one, eh? It's starting to snow. Check it out. It's starting to snow. Can you see it? It's only very light, but it's coming in. And you will start to see some ice around the screen, bit of a decal effect, and you will start to see snow gathering on the ground. Oh, nice. I'm glad. Yeah, nice. Looks good for you. Sweet. This one's cell shaded. Another personal favorite of Velocity's. It's very, very different to a lot of the other materials. There's really none that look like this cell shaded one. Those materials on the block look sick. Close-ups of the blocks? Sure. So you've got quite a few down here. It's just that when I bring the camera down like that, you might see that ghost block jittering around a little bit. It's a work in progress. There's definitely going to be changes made to that. It's a bit hard because the lighting is low now because of the snow. There you can see the carbon fiber. Cell shaded ones look pretty damn cool. Yeah, so the weather is random over a period of maybe 3 to 5 minutes. The weather will change and it shouldn't repeat, but it can snow, it can rain, and at various degrees of severity. So you can get blizzards, you can get thunderstorms with actual lightning, thunder, heavy rain, and there's also a severe weather mode where you've just got either basically a blizzard or a thunderstorm with really strong winds, and you've just got to build the tower in a thunderstorm. Would be cool to see some kind of application to apply to one side of the blocks before you put them down, such as glue, mud, concrete. Yeah, the problem is that would probably make the game too easy. You know, we have added some complexity to it, but we wanted to keep it rather simple and just, you know, the pleasure of just building a tower with the physics. And I've kind of, because I've been chatting with you guys, I haven't been concentrating, I haven't kept the width of my tower up, so it's going to be pretty tricky now. I actually might come back down here and try and do some patchwork and build up this side of the tower. Let's have a look at the next block material, hey? I think we're up to... Is this going to be cell shaded? That's cell shaded. What's the next one? Let's have a look. Ah, yes. The parallax occlusion. Parallax occlusion. The mud and stuff. That's not a bad idea. That might be some feature creep into the project, but yeah, we'll definitely think about that. So this material is obviously like on a whole nother level to the other ones that you guys have been seeing. This uses parallax occlusion to sort of fake a 3D sort of inset image underneath the faces. So I kind of like to think of it as it's almost like fossilized tree sap with volcanic rocks inside. I think it looks really nice. Parallax occlusion material. Nice. And the last one that we've got to show you guys is my personal favorite, and a freeze pop material. Hey, that's a good name for a Velocity. should hire that guy. The very last one we've got to show you guys is my personal favorite, and I think Velocity likes it pretty cool too. It's totally wild and totally different to all of the other block materials, and it's going to be the final unlock in the game. So you guys are sort of getting a preview of, you know, end game goal here, cosmetics wise, and that is the glitch material. You guys may have seen Velocity's recent tutorial about the glitch material, but obviously this one is his personal one, and he's polished it to the point where, you know, it is very, very nice for obviously our use case. It's also emissive, so when you play in heavy weather where it's a bit darker, or on one of the nighttime levels, this material actually glows and glitches out and looks super, super cool. So when you see a whole tower built from this glitch material, it looks wicked. I absolutely love it. I'm gonna unlock it first. You know that the first thing I'm gonna do as soon as this game drops is platinum it. It's gonna have Steam achievements, thanks to Detri's superior programming abilities. It's gonna have Steam achievements, Steam stats, and Steam global online leaderboards. So your high scores will be global, and you'll be able to see how you fare against the rest of the world. But yeah, I mean, I challenge anyone to try and platinum this game before me, because as soon as this game comes out, I'm going to play the absolute shit out of it. I'm going to get the highest score on all of the leaderboards. So if you get this game, that will be your goal, to try and beat me. Good luck. I've got all the hacks, so I know how this game works. Material's nice, yeah. You do see it creates kind of a glitch effect on the glitch effect is kind of affecting the ghost block as well. But like I said, that ghost block isn't the final product. It will be improved from what it is here. You guys want to see some more extreme weather and maybe a different level? Got one other level I wanted to show you guys. We're not going to give too much away. There is 6 levels. But this and one other level will be unlocked at the start of the game. You'll have access to those 2 levels, so we've decided to show you both if you want to see the other one. You can see that I've been going for a while here. I'm up to like floor 46, but you can get hundreds of stories tall, so you can be at this for quite a while. And the tower is not getting much sway. I finally dropped a block. Look at that. Bye. To go that long without making a mistake, I'm pretty stoked with that. Kimberly Beaton wants to see another level. You got it, Kimberly Beaton. Kimberly Fraser. Alrighty, I am just going to... I'm just going to transition to full screen on my capture here while I change levels, because the menus are a work in progress. We won't show you all of that just yet until it's ready to go, but let's go to the island level. And first, I just want to show you with the weather off, because this is our favorite level. Here we go. This is our favorite level. We think it's absolutely gorgeous and a very, very nice place to be. So I just wanted to show you guys the vibe when the weather is fine before I switch it on to severe. Okay, so that's what it looks like. And let's get this going. Mini mushroom cloud. No, there's not a lot of crazy complicated optimization going on, and it still needs some optimization. We haven't gone like deep into optimizing, see how many frames we can get. But basically, Velocity, who has done all of the materials and all of the environments, has, you know, not gone too crazy with textures, you know, not using textures any bigger than you need to use. Like those textures on the ground look great because you're quite far away. They don't need to be crazy high textures. And he's just done that with, you know, just in general, all of the materials. Other than that, Velocity, you might want to chime in. You might be able to remember some optimization that we've done that I don't remember. But no. Can you remember anything? Not too many optimization tricks. We're using PCG to populate the foliage. There you have it. Alrighty. Island level. Severe weather. Are you ready? Are you ready for this shit? This is a whole nother ball game. Here we go. Check it out. I'm going to do a little hack here and cheat and get the first 10 floors, just like that. And I'm actually going to switch back to the default material because my glitch material is just distracting. I'm actually trying to do well here in the severe weather. Lowering the texture resolution. Let's see how close it's great optimization. 8K texture. It's a different kind of game, you know. If you had these environments and it was a first-person shooter, you were very close to that landscape. You could walk right up to the trees, and walk right up to whatever else, and it might be another story. But for the purposes of this game, it was quite easy because really the block materials are the only thing you're going to see up close. Everything else can be quite low res. That block is sitting on top of the water there. I know what's happened there. I've replaced the ocean plane just today. I did some work on the ocean. Fix the collision on that ocean. Lowering textures from 4969. So textures roughness. Oh shit! No! Ah. I tried to save that one by getting some weight on top. I'm not doing very well today. You guys are distracting me. Oh my gosh! Ah. I'm pretty happy with how the camera works. We've got some blocking volumes that sort of box in the level. So if you can see here, when I swing it around here, the camera pushes in a little bit closer, right there, pushes in closer. And that's because we don't want it to have sort of complex collision with all the trees and whatnot. So we've got blocking volumes set up to make the camera smoothly transition when you move past a building and maybe the building has an alleyway. You don't want the camera to like pop through the alleyway, so we've got all blocking volumes set up, basically custom collision just for the camera with its own channel for the probe. Oh, what was your question? Controller support? Sorry, I haven't seen every message. Sorry, it's about controller support. Ask again, and I shall answer. Mastering mode again. Yeah, it's stupid how much I play this game. Should be working, but I just love it so much. I'm so proud of it. I made it. You can see the towers starting to sway a bit, and this is going to get difficult very quickly. So you guys were talking about there being some different, different mechanics to maybe make it a bit more interesting with the physics, and this is definitely one of them. You can see I'm only at like not even 20 stories here, and the wind is... Oh yeah, Steam Deck is supported, man. This game runs on Steam Deck. It'll have support for Xbox controllers and PlayStation controllers. General controller in-game, how do you operate the box? Velocity is more practiced in that, so he can probably answer that better than me. Yeah, the wind is cool, huh? Once the tower gets much higher than this, it's fucking wild. It'd be so hard to build and not drop blocks everywhere. So there'll be a separate leaderboard for this weather mode. That'll separate the boys from the men. If you can get a high score, #1 high score worldwide on severe weather, then you've done well. You beat me in this mode. I could also start building this tower out in the direction of the wind, and it might sort of counter that wind. Yeah, for sure. You'll be able to adjust the weather, for sure. The sound levels, for sure, most definitely. We haven't put that in, but that'll definitely be in the final build, for sure. Procedural recoil. Not procedural recoil that affects the camera. Just procedural recoil on the hand and the weapon. It's actually quite tricky, and it's tricky to do in blueprints. It's something that you would probably want to use C++ for. If you've got a game with fully automatic weapons and it's recoiling and then resetting and all of this stuff many times per second, you would probably want to use C++ for that, because it's a lot of math and a lot going on. Left stick moves blocks, right stick moves camera, D-pad rotates blocks in any direction, and bumpers is on the left or right trigger. 1 second, guys. The weather's not like it. Is the weather really, really loud? Yeah, I'll turn I turned my mic down a little bit. You guys let me know if this is any better. Ah! Oh no! Oh, there goes my tower when I wasn't looking. Ooh, birds landing on the tower. That'd be nice. They are just a particle effect at the moment, and yeah, I mean we could list a million things that would be cool to have in the game, but at the end of the day, it's just a simple little puzzle game. It's just a chill place to be. Some nice music and some some progression, some unlocks. Timber. I might turn this weather off, or just make it chill out a little bit, because it's a lot. What do you think, Velocity? Should we show them a third level? What do you guys think? Do you guys want to see another level? Oh, nice. Yeah, sorry, that was a bit loud. Yeah, multi-angle replay on fall. Yeah, that's being added. It's definitely going to show the tower fall for sure. Work in progress. Work in progress. Let's get it. How would you make a fast-paced mode? Which level you want to show? It is UDS. Yep, correct. Nice. No, yeah, it's ultra dynamic sky and ultra dynamic weather. Yeah. Which also powers our main menu at the moment, and this is subject to change, this menu, but this is the vibe at the moment. And this is UDS with real-time day-night cycles, and the weather comes in and changes. Cherry blossoms. Okay, okay. You don't want to show them the forest? Yeah, that's how it works. That's how it works, Job. The timer for the multiplier gets tighter and tighter as the multiplier gets higher. Have people stick your call in, not at all a chill place to be mode. Right. You lose if you go back to 1. Yeah, okay. The thing is, your score will reflect how quickly you place the blocks. So if you don't play chill, if you play hard and fast and you're good at it, your score will be so much higher. And you can get to 50 times multiplier and you can maintain that. But it needs to be forgiving in a way. You can't, like, if you haven't failed to, or maybe a mode where if you drop 1 block, you lose. Kind of like a Dark Souls vibe. You've got that 1 life, and if you lose it, you just need to go back to the start. All right, let's show them the forest. I'm just gonna do weather. Weather on cosmetic. So we want them to be able to see that snow, don't we? All right, we'll show you this one more level, guys, and we do think it's pretty nice. Tell us what you think. I love it, man. I love it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. By the way, Velocity, when I posted something in one of the forums the other day, someone, instead of helping me, they just said, "Where are those assets from? Where can I get those assets?" So maybe you can tell them. But the thing is, Velocity didn't just use assets. He changed the materials entirely to give the trees this kind of look. Royalty-free guitar solos or rhythm for those tracks. DM me in the Discord. Nice. I wonder if I can get that to squeeze down in there. I don't think I can. Huh. Oh, go on. Huh. It's already swaying a little bit. Yeah, it looks nice, huh? It's a good looking level. You should see it when it snows. Let's hope that it snows. Actually, I could just make it snow. No, actually I couldn't. This is the package project. If I was running it in the editor, I could switch on the snow pretty easily, but in this case, we might just have to wait if you want to see that. Thanks, man. You're really complimenting Velocity there because he did this. He did all this. Hundreds and hundreds of hours of work, I'm sure. But yeah, we're super proud of it, and we're super excited to release our first game. And like I said, guys, if you like what we do and you want to support the channel and help us, you know, sort of go more full time to make more tutorials, then buying this game is a great way to do it, we think, because it's only going to be $10, and you know that goes a long way. I mean, some of you have donated $10, 20, 30, 40, $50 already, and yeah, it's such a huge help. But by playing this game and potentially, you know, maybe giving it a decent review, and you'll be helping us out a lot. Yeah, it looks cool, huh? Looks really nice. By the way, guys, this is with full hardware ray tracing switched on for the reflections and everything. There is lumen and lumen reflections, but lumen reflections are kind of just screen space reflections anyway. I don't know if anyone's encountered that, but it's not ideal. And actually, all reflections are not ideal. We wish we could make it look even better, but that's kind of the state of reflections in games at the moment. Screen space just needs to be improved somehow. You can see around the trees there in around the middle of the screen. It messes with the screen space reflections. Really disappointing that we can't make it look any better than that, but it's, you know, small details. Oh, that's so cool, man. Nice. Yeah, I mean, guys, if you could wishlist our game, comes out in just over 2 months, to about 2.5 months. That'd be much appreciated. Please, please, please wishlist our game. Legend for doing that already. Absolute legend. In fact, I should probably put a link in the description of this stream. It'd be fun to see a level where you're in a kid's bedroom, but everything is extremely large. Yeah, hey, that's not a bad idea at all. Hey, look at that. Who's that? Oh, by the way, guys, if you're wondering what Zen mode looks like, I've got a key here that removes the elements, the UI elements that you would not see in Zen mode. So this is basically what Zen mode would look like. Obviously, the big yellow still in development would not be across the middle of the screen, but you would just see the next block and the floors that you're up to. Got a rainstorm coming in. Got some lightning, some thunder. Oh! Weather is set to cosmetic only at the moment, so this storm will not blow my tower over. It's just purely cosmetic. So in the online leaderboards, cosmetic weather will basically be the weather off leaderboard. You won't be, you know, put up against the people who are playing on severe or weather on or weather severe. And severe is next level because it is higher wind and it's just constant. I'm gonna just quickly put a link in the description to wishlist our game, guys. So it will just be me from here on. But that's pretty much it. I want to thank everyone who came along for coming along. It means a great deal to us. Your support is very much appreciated. And if you'd like to wishlist our game, you will be able to do so with the link I am putting in the description, and I might just put it in the chat for you now as well. There's a link. Can I not post a link in the chat? Oh, yep, there we go. And also, The actual trailer for the game is going to go live right this second. I'm setting it to public right now. So you guys that came along, you've seen all this before anyone else in the general public. Only the people who've come to this stream really know about this game so far. But the trailer is now live. And there will be a link in the stream to wishlist the game as well. So check out the link in the description. I think they're gonna love it too, man. More live streams. I don't know about that. I'm not the best at this stuff. um, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do in a live stream? What are we gonna do? I think I could speak for everyone when I say that they would prefer more tutorials than more live streams. Oh, that's really nice, man. Anyone can make donations via Patreon. You can also support the channel just by signing up for access to the Discord, which is only $1.50 a month. And it is becoming quite a nice place to be, full of very friendly, very helpful people, such as yourselves. And the AI integration in that AI channel is actually, I mean, not too many of us use it, but I used it the other day for a market analysis for publishing a game on Steam, and the answers it gave me were absolutely phenomenal. I was blown away. You can also make a donation of $10 via Patreon, which is kind of the old membership tier for lifetime access to the Discord, which is no longer available. But yeah, like we don't. Like all of our content is freely available on YouTube. We don't like need donations per se, but they do go a long way to helping us out and, obviously with motivation. But also just, if the channel was making enough money even just from ad revenue, then I would quit my day job as soon as humanly possible and just make, you know, maybe 3 tutorials a week or something like that, or one huge one every week. Live stream your shoots, seeing things that don't work, and your troubleshooting is great to learn from. Yeah, I don't really believe in that, and I don't. I much prefer to sort of come up with systems and then make a video that is a nice, concise, step-by-step guide on how to build exactly that. And then, if there's any problems that everyone's getting because it's a problem with the tutorials. Sometimes I re-record them, or sometimes I, um, come up with a fix that I pin in the comments. Um, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that, and also I think you maybe overestimate my capabilities because for me to figure out the systems that I put in my tutorials, it takes me lots and lots and lots of work. My wife is asking you to donate money so that we can go on a honeymoon. Uh, no, that's okay. You don't need to buy us a honeymoon. Your videos all mesh well together because you are consistent. Oh, yeah, people's BPs can be a mess. Mine are no exception. Bloopers video from a tutorial. You don't want to hear me when I mess things up. I mostly just swear and rage and delete the project and start over. Definitely, you definitely don't want to be there for that. Not not cool. uh, I'm not proud of myself when I rage. But like, I'll in recording that true first person tutorial recently, I got about halfway through and then noticed a mistake that I'd made, and I could have gone back and like edited it and sort of faked it so that I'd done the right thing all along, but I just couldn't live with myself, so I started over. So it took about half a day to record a 1 hour tutorial. I wanna see how many wish lists we got so far. if you guys are wishlisting our game already, then that's going to make me very, very happy. Where is it? Steam stats? No, that's not the one. Hold on. Miss outrageous. $50 a month subscription on Patreon to see me punch holes in the wall. No, no one wants to see that. Okay, turns out everyone wants to see that. You least of all, Kimberly. Yeah, it is. Programming's tough, and what I try to sort of convey to a lot of beginners who come along and say, "Oh, I've got a problem with this, I've got a problem with that," like, "Oh, it's so hard." You can tell by the questions that people are asking their level. Like, you can tell when someone's just starting out because they won't quite know like where to start with a problem. So you can sort of tell by the question that yeah, you don't understand this. And the thing is, like 99.9% of my learning, when I struggled, really struggled, I just had to apply myself. Hey, Jesse's here. You just have to apply yourself to figure out the answers. Like, I would trawl the comments section and I would trawl the forums on a problem, and I'd quite often find myself asking a question in the comments section, say of a YouTube tutorial. I'd be like, this doesn't work for me, like, what do I do? And then I spend like 20 minutes trawling the comment section and the forums and whatnot and other videos. I find a solution, and then I have to go back and I have to delete my comment because I don't want to waste their time. And that's kind of like the way it should go. You can't really expect someone who's made a YouTube video to help every single person that comes across a problem. And to be honest, 95% of the time, it's just because they didn't follow, directly the step by step. They weren't paying close enough attention and have close enough attention to detail to make sure that everything is, classic example is the spine rotation calculator, and you're doing the calculations of the base aim rotation, and you have to do 360 minus the pitch. The number of people who did the pitch minus 360, and then they come along saying, when I look down, my dude looks up, but when I look up, he looks up. He only ever looks up. And it's like, I know exactly what you did straight away. But like, you just, you just have to apply yourself, and you just have to keep going, because programming's tough, game development's tough. There's a lot that goes into it, and you just have to, keep pushing through and build and build and build your knowledge until, you become more effective. Sorry, I'm rambling. I tend to do that. Be willing to save most of the time. If I spend an hour troubleshooting, I'll come back later, fix it 15 minutes with a fresh brain. Absolutely. And if you don't know the power of taking a nap or sleeping on it, it's also incredibly powerful, because what your brain will actually do is work through a problem a million times over while you're sleeping, which is often why you're kept awake by dreams of, like, say you have a really repetitive job where you're serving in a queue, and then you're kept awake at night by dreams of serving an endless queue. It's because your brain is like trying to figure out the best way of doing this task that you've been applying yourself to. Who's a hero? I'm a hero? Who are you talking to? That's really nice. When a character crumples up after moving the mouse down past it. Oh yeah, like you haven't clamped it properly. Sleep is good. Does that mean you're going to bed, Velocity? I own a software development business. We have a company arcade. We always have to step away. Code is infuriating. Oh, wow. You have a software development business. That's cool. How big is that? Is it like a company with many, many people, or what? The amount of times I've been cooking dinner after struggling on a problem and then had to quickly run back to my computer to write down the solution. I can beat that. I was trying to figure out something, I think, with the IK rig for many of the metahumans, and I was trying to figure it out for days, and days I spent on this problem. And then one night I go to bed, 11 employees. Wow, that's a big deal. Um, I was in bed and I was thinking about it and I come up with a solution. I thought of something I can try. Oh, I can go into the IK rig and I can try, changing the mesh in there or something like that. Um, I got out of bed because I had to try the solution, and then it worked, and I was so stoked that I'd figured it out that I couldn't sleep until like 4 o'clock in the morning. I was just too excited. I think that's a sign of that's kind of where you have to get to as a programmer. You have to be able to think through the problem when you're not in front of your computer or in front of a wall of text. Um, and then you can kind of, you can kind of hypothesize how to build a system. And you can't really do that until you have a deeper understanding of all the basics like variables and loops and arrays and whatever you might need to use to accomplish whatever. You kind of have to be able to do that. A week in. Wow. And you're already here. That's cool. Welcome. It's tough. Don't give up. Just keep working. Just keep working. Guys, I don't know how to break this to you, but it says that our game has 0 wish lists. What are you doing? You haven't wish listed our game yet. It might just not be coming up yet. Um, I don't know if we need to actually like activate that as a feature or anything to the wish list function on Steam, but I wouldn't have thought so because I'm pretty sure the button comes up on the store. Yeah, yeah, you already did it, right? Oh, nice. Multiple. Um, yeah, I'll have to figure out what's going on there. What's the deal, Steam? Let's see if Dr. Google reveals anything. Because I actually wishlisted it myself on my personal account. It didn't work. Unappearing, check your wishlist visibility, friends only or private. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, we really appreciate it, man. You guys so supportive. I've kind of been blown away by the amount of support over the past year and a half or so. Must update hourly. Yeah. It said oops. Oh no, that's not good. That's really not good. Let me see if hmm. That's really nice, man. Yeah, it's probably going to update later. I won't worry about it too much. But you guys are aware of it, and we are going to be shouting from the rooftops about this release. So you'll hear about it again and again and again until April 16th, and probably for about a month afterwards as well. Um, but it might be something on our end to activate wish lists. I don't think so. It might just take some time to come through. Mizzo's Misso. Mizzo's Misso. I think we have a new YouTube personality in the chat, guys. Refreshed and it's working. Nice. All right, guys, that's going to be about it. But if you have any more questions or suggestions before we wrap it up, happy to listen, happy to respond. And once again, thanks everyone for coming along. It means a lot to us. We put a lot of love and care and work into this game, and we're stoked with how it's coming along. We're stoked to have it now public and listed on Steam, and very, very excited to finish it off and put it out. Great going. So yeah, that's going to be about it, unless you guys have any more questions. Oh, that's really nice. Yeah, that's really nice. Thanks, guys. Cheers. We will. We will keep it up. I honestly don't know what to say. I didn't even know if anyone would turn up for this stream, to be honest. I just want to say thank you for everything you do. Taking the time to make tutorials on top of game development is really commendable. Oh, that's really nice. You're welcome. You're welcome, Butterscotch. That name looks familiar. You're in the Discord, right? Everyone's getting it. Everyone's gonna buy the game. God damn, it's gonna be the new Tetris, as it turns out. That's kind of the pipe dream, is that it's the new Tetris. You know, streamers are playing it and people are like, what's your score on Skyblocker? Oh man, I haven't played Skyblocker in months. I played the absolute shit out of it when it came out, but man, I gotta get back onto that. That was a vibe. It will be synonymous. It will be a household name in 10 years' time. People won't even think of Tetris as being like one of the OG retro games. It will just be Skyblocker. Defines entire genres. That's how successful it was and how unique. All right, guys, that's going to be me. Thanks very much for coming along. And once again, like, I'm blown away by how supportive you guys are. You guys are so nice, and appreciate you very much. And you're welcome. You're welcome for the tutorials, and I'm glad that they've been helpful. And here's to many, many more tutorials of increasing quality and complexity and consistency